Stephen, congrats on the move, mate. Can you tell us about how it all came about?
Yeah, thanks, guys. I'm excited to be here. So yeah, it came about a few months ago. Ufi got in touch with me. Obviously, being out of contract, he was able to. So got in touch with me and said he was interested. And from there, just it was a bit of a slow game, just because the season was going and was focused on that. But yeah, once the season came to a close, we started to talk a little bit more, and I was very interested in the way Ufi plays and his style and what he can do for my game, and the excitement what I can do to help him and the club as well. So that was the main gist of it.
Yeah, how much of it is about watching the way that Ufuk sets the Phoenix up, the way they go about things, and feeling like that might be a style of play that you can fit nicely into?
Yeah, it was a big drive. It's probably the biggest, because I just want to get back to enjoying my football. That's the main target for me, because I don't see it as a job. I see it as an enjoyment, because I just love playing football, watching football. So that was the main thing, that I can play my position in that system that suits me, and that'll get the best out of my game, which will hopefully help the team as much as I can.
Have the last season and a half at the Wanderers been a little bit challenging for you? You talk about enjoying your football. I know that you love being a professional footballer, but has it been a challenging time with the Wanderers?
Yeah, it was up and down, but that's football anyway, I guess. It's not to say it was due to one person or one person outside the club and things like that. It's just the way football is sometimes. And yeah, it was challenging, but it was a rewarding season as well, because I got to be at home and play in front of my friends and family every week. So, so that was the most rewarding thing. So yeah, looking forward now for a new challenge, and it's going to be an exciting one.
And presumably, all things being equal, not being able to predict the future, but it'll be a normal season with Wellington based in Wellington, hopefully for the duration of the season. So a relocation across the Tasman. How are you feeling about becoming an honorary New Zealander for a while?
Yeah, I can't wait, because obviously playing against Wellington for the past few years, it's to go over there. It's a different ball game. So I'm excited about that, to have the home crowd and stuff like that behind us. So yeah, looking forward to coming out, different adventure, living wise. So really excited about that, to getting married and then step out for the first year of marriage, which would be good. Bit of a challenging one, I might suspect, but yeah, really looking forward to it.
Also, did you have to convince your soon-to-be wife that that New Zealand will be the place to spend the first year of your married existence together?
She's happy. She was happy to be by my side. So what didn't need much convincing. She's very easygoing, so she's looking forward to it as well. And it's a bit of an adventure off the field as well for both of us.
Great stuff. I'll pass it over to Andrew.
Thank you.
Cheers. Hi, Stephen. Welcome to the Phoenix. That wedding, is that coming up in the next few weeks, is it?
Yeah, 3 weeks away now. So looking forward to that. And yeah, it's going to be a big, exciting day, hopefully.
No, cool. When you say Ufi sort of started reaching out to you, do you remember, was that sort of after Alex Rufer suffered his injury, or was it sort of starting before then?
I think it was probably 2-3 months ago. So he reached out to me. So whether it has to do with that, I'm not too sure. He said to me he wants me here. So yeah, it could have been because Rufer's an excellent player. I've always watched him and liked him over the years. We've had some good battles. So to get to work with him and Clayton Lewis as well, they're two experienced internationals as well, which is good. So I think we're going to have a good connection in there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Do you have any sort of connection with any of the players in the Phoenix squad already, or are they all sort of just players you've played against?
I don't think so, actually. So that's a new connection that we've got to form. But like I said, I've always spoken to players like Clayton after the game. We've just had a good relationship outside of football, even though we haven't met. So that's one person I'm looking forward to getting to work with, and Rufer as well in the middle.
Cool. When you say you sort of like what you see from the Phoenix, what is it that stands out? And I guess from Ufi in particular, what is it that's stood out about him and what he can, I guess, offer you in terms of you as a footballer?
So the main thing is defensively. I like how structured they are. Everyone's got their job, and it's consistent every game, and that's what I think is important to a successful team, is consistency. And with the boards, the position of the two midfielders. That's I think my strength in my game is playing a bit deeper and starting build up. So that's what I'm looking to do, and that's what excited me the most.
When you talk to players, what sort of things have you heard sort of in terms of player feedback about, what Ufi does for them as a coach?
Oh, great feedback. Oh, excellent. I've never heard a bad word about him, which is good, and that's a good sign. And you're saying football players that aren't playing, if they're happy off the field, that's a sign of a great coach. Which I have experienced with a few of my coaches. If the players that aren't playing are happy, that's a great sign that he's got the change room all as one and stuff like that.
Yeah. You've gone for a 1-year deal. I would imagine the Phoenix might have wanted to, get you to a longer contract. What was, I guess, your thinking in terms of just going for 1 year?
Just I want to get back to playing consistently well, and then I'm someone that doesn't look too far ahead of the future, because over the years I've had longer contracts, and now I'm quite comfortable having that year-to-year contract. And when those times comes, and if they do for negotiations, I like to just take it easy. I'm in no rush. I just want to enjoy my football again. That's the main thing, and go from there.
Does the fact that Ufi's only got a year sort of on his contract factor in there at all?
Not really, because I'm just here to enjoy my football and give back to the fans. And like I said, get back to playing my best football. And whatever happens after that, we'll see, because I just want to go game to game, enjoy my football. I love it there. I might sign a 10-year deal, for example, if they would have me. But that's just, I don't like at the moment with being freshly married and things like that. It's a bit of a challenge to sign a longer deal. But like I said, I want to just get back to enjoying my football.
Piney might be able to correct me, but I was sort of thinking it's very rare that we've sort of seen an established sort of A-League starter, make the move over to Wellington, whether because it's another country or, the club's reputation or where it's been. How much did you have to sort of weigh up Wellington? What have you made of the Phoenix as a club during your time, playing in the A-League?
Oh, you look at the last 4 years, I think it was, or 3 final series, for that consistency is pretty exciting. And there wasn't really too much to weigh up. It was, obviously you have to weigh up the travel and things like that and moving away from your family. But for me, it was easy, because it was somewhere where I think I can excel on the field. So that's what excited me the most. So I looked at on the field, the benefits, and they were all there, and positive. So that was my main output. And it was pretty much once the phone call came in and I was ready, it was done deal. I was ready to go. And
just on Clayton Lewis, you mentioned him. What sticks out about the way he plays as a footballer that sort of excites you about teaming up with him?
He's technically a great footballer, and you can see he's got a football brain, which is very good. He's switched on, good left foot as well. So, and he's doing well with the national team. I saw he's away. So yeah, he came in as a bit of an attacking player, and for him to adapt to a deeper role shows that he's capable of that and has got those football brains about him. And Rufer as well, being that solid midfielder. I think we both need to work on our finishing, me and him. And then you've got Pennington as well coming through. When he played this year, I thought he did well. So it's going to be a good fight in the midfield for those spots, which is what I'm looking forward to, and we'll all push each other along the way.
And just lastly, you mentioned weddings come in 3 weeks. Are you going to have a chance for a honeymoon before you make the move to Wellington, or is that going to be your honeymoon?
Yeah, no, it's I've managed to get away for about 4 or 5 days. I cut a little bit short, so I don't miss any preseason, because I'm not someone that wants to rock up late and things like that on the first day, because it's just not in my nature. So yeah, the partner was understanding, and yeah, I might cop it for a little bit, but she'll understand. And yeah, football comes first. So looking forward to getting away for a few days, relaxing, and then back into work.
Do you mind sharing your fiance's name?
Bianca.
Just Bianca.
Bianka.
NK.
Yeah.
NKA. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, and all the best.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Just one more from me, if that's okay, Stephen. I really don't like to bring this up, but I would like to get your thoughts on the penalty at Eden Park. You probably knew it was coming. It's even in the press release from saying, but it's a bit unkind of BV. But here we are. How do you reflect back on that, mate?
No, I scored the week before, the 2 weeks before, with a penalty, and stepped up to the ball, and before the game it wasn't that slippery, and then the rain came down and stuff like that, and even before the penalty someone said, "What's your footing?" And I said, "Yeah, I will," and I still managed to slip. So listen, I thought I was brave enough to get up and take it, so I'm brave enough to take the consequences of that. And like I said, if a penalty comes up and I get the opportunity to take it, I'm not going to shy away from it. I'm not someone that's going to go in his shell, but listen, it happens, part of football, slippery pitch. But yeah, it was a bit of a funny moment looking back at it now. Deep cops on abuse for it, but you got to move on.
And presumably, given the time frame you were talking about before, you and Ufi had started chatting by that stage. So did he flick you a message afterwards saying, "Hey, well done, mate, you're already playing for us"?
Yeah, no, he gave me a call. It was more so, how's your head? Like, he knows football as well. It was quite good to hear from him after that, to say, listen, it happens in football, move on. So yeah, it's part of football and got to keep going.
Top man, thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Sorry, can I just ask, in terms of you sort of knowing Ufi as a coach, like, is your sort of awareness of him just from the last few years when he's coached the Phoenix, or have you sort of heard about him before that when he was sort of, at AAS or Sydney or things like that? Or is it just seeing him coach the Phoenix the last few years?
No, so I used to watch him as a player back in the day. Me and the old man used to go to the Asian Champions League games when he was at Sydney. I remember him smacking the post off one. He leathered it, hit the post. So I'm not the only one to miss a penalty in an important game. You might not like me saying that, but yeah. So growing up, watched him, and then I know he was at Sydney, and then when he got the job at Wellington, he started to make a name for himself and stuff like that. That's when I started to really take notice.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Fantastic. We'll leave it there. Thank you very much, Stephen.
No worries. Thank you. Thanks, guys, for having me.